Hello everyone and welcome. In this video I'm going to show you how to do a single sample t-test, and we're working with version 25 of SPSS to do this. Now if you're not using version 25, don't worry, these instructions will work well for pretty much any version of SPSS that you're using. In this example, we're going to do it with two different test values to show you how the single sample t-test dramatically can change based on different test values. Now in this case we have data from just 10 people, and this is a long study where people are taught about a health at every size approach to life, where they're not encouraged to, say, lose weight, but instead they're encouraged to engage in healthy behaviors like exercise, eating fruits and vegetables, not smoking, and things like that. And what we're looking at here is how much people's weight changed over the course of the 6 years of the study. So the number here, a positive number, would indicate weight gain. A negative number would indicate weight loss over those 6 years. So we're going to start by doing a single sample t-test by clicking on Analyze, Compare Means, One Sample T, moving weight change over. And our test variable is going to be 0. We're testing our average against 0. And I click on OK. And you can see here that I have a mean, standard deviation, and standard error. On average, people gain 6.5 pounds over that 6 years with a standard deviation of 8.77. Our t is 2.34 with a p of 0.04, and that's a two-tailed test. Remember, SPSS is always giving you two-tailed tests, so if you need a one-tailed value, you would divide that by 2. But in this case, we're doing a two-tailed test. So that's, moderate evidence against the null that this seems to be a real difference, right? And the actual mean difference is 6.5, where a 95% confidence interval is 0.23 to 12.77. So I'm 95% sure that the true mean difference is somewhere between those two values. A very big confidence interval, a very wide confidence interval, because our sample size is very, very small here. Okay, so that is one way you could approach this data set, and that is comparing the mean for this group to 0. However, that is not the only test value that might make sense. Let's say, for example, that we knew that in this population, the average weight gain over 6 years at this time of their life is 12 pounds, and we want to see if the people in this group differ from that overall mean of 12. To do that, I would click on Analyze, Compare Means, One Sample T-Test. And now I would change our test value to 12, right? I want to know whether or not this group is different than the typical amount of weight change people have over 6 years. And now when I run this analysis, I get a very different pattern to look at, in that my mean is still 6.5, but I'm comparing it to the 12. My t is negative 1.98 with a p of 0.08. Right? So that's sort of weak evidence against the null hypothesis there, in that our mean difference is negative 5.5. So on average, people are about 5.5 pounds lower than that 12-pound average that people typically have. Right? But that's pretty weak evidence against the null. Our 95% confidence interval, again here, is very wide, given that we had a very small sample size. Okay. So you get very different results for your t-test based on the test value that you're using. And the test value is really important, right? It's based on your hypotheses and your understanding of the scientific literature there. Okay. In this example, also to get graphs, you can get them by clicking on Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, and Explore, and move the variable over. And under plots, I'm going to ask for a histogram, and that will give me histogram as well as a box plot. Okay. All right, so unfortunately, SPSS does not give you standardized effect sizes or confidence intervals around them. And so in order to get those, you're going to have to use a different program or calculator. And so there's separate videos for that. All right, but that is what you need to do the single sample t-test here in SPSS, and I hope that helps. Good luck.